right, what's up, Turtle Riders? Welcome to Uncle Turtle Boy's Late Night Podcast. Let me just get this going here. And, all right, guys, welcome to the podcast. Let's jump right into this. Just a reminder, folks. Actually, before I remind you guys, I'm going to go ahead and share this so we can get a bigger audience here, because this is piss poor, and I understand YouTube is kind of hiding notifications from you, mamma jammers, aren't they? They're not showing them to you. They're not showing up on your phone. So what I'm going to go and do right now is I am going to go and share it on the Philip V. Prentice Facebook page because the Turtle Boy Sports page, or the Turtle Boy page, no, I apologize, the Clarence with Emerson page is suspended for 30 days. And I'm also going to share it on the Turtle Boy page. 1 second here, copy that, and I have posted it there. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to share it on the Turtle Boy page, and we'll be ready to rock. All right, so if you guys could spread the word, let people know that we're live, because, like I said, YouTube's not giving you those notifications that you guys need and deserve. So we're going to have to spread the word on our own. It is what it is. All right, just a reminder, guys, we have two advertisers, of course, Andrew Porter Contracting and Garage Doors Plus in Quincy. Let's start with Andrew Porter Contracting. Great people, guys. 5-star ratings all around on every pretty much online, any web, Angie's List, Google, you name it. Anything where you can give someone 1 to 5 stars, they have 5 stars across the board. And they've been advertising with us for 3 months, which is pretty impressive for them to have 5 stars because you know how the SJWs do. So it's really important that we help build them up their following. They do fantastic work, not only with roofing, that's their specialty, but all general contracting in general. And all you have to do is go to their Facebook page. All they want from you guys is just to go to their Facebook page and like it. Right? See right here? This is the Andrew Porter Contracting Facebook page. Hit that like button, and you are automatically entered to win a Blink XT2 security camera system. It comes with 3 cameras, 2-way audio. It's wireless, easy installation. You can catch a ratchet. If a ratchet ever tries to fuck with your home, like, this is going to save you pretty much. It's going to help you out. So let's give them some love. They're giving away free shit every month. This is a Turtle Rider last month. She got a free snowblower. They're not playing around. They came to win. They came here to do business. So let's show them some love in return. That's Andrew Porter Contracting in Charlton. All right, so let's get this party started, shall we? How we doing, Turtle people out there? How's the audience looking right now? All right, we're up to 53. All right, we're getting there. All right, so a couple things I want to talk about today. First of all, I don't know if you guys saw this. So I was having some plumbing issues here, and I missed it. And then I go on social media, and it appears as if we're going to war. That's what the word is now. Everybody's talking about war, and CNN's putting out headlines that we're being attacked by Iran. The American military base in Iraq is being attacked. So I'm like looking into this, right? And I immediately go on Twitter. And hey, what's up, Pisky? I immediately go on Twitter, right? And I see these 2 douchebags, right? These blue check marks. This is real. This is a real tweet up here. It says, reports, and this guy's got a blue check mark. So Twitter is saying that his name is Mark Hughes. And he does films, Mark Hughes Films. He has 18,000 followers. He is a Forbes contributor. He appears sometimes on Huffington Post and Slate. And he has a blue check mark. So Twitter has decided to endorse this individual for whatever reasons. So, let's read what he says. He tweets out, reports say Iran is firing dozens of missiles into Iraq. True. Hitting U.S. forces at Al-Assad Air Base. Early reports say 20 U.S. troops have died amid 60 missile strikes so far. If true, then we are at the precipice of another horrible war in the United States, or in the Middle East. So I saw this and I'm like, oh shit, 20 dead Americans? Like, if 20 Americans get killed by Iran, we're going to fucking war. It's going to be terrible. It's going to be like the worst thing. You guys, I don't want war. I don't know about you people. It's like the last thing I want. I want Trump to win. A war is going to hurt his chances to win. Plus people die and shit. So that's not good. I'd just rather not be over there, right? Like we left. I don't know that much about. I'm not like an expert like all these people pretending to be these days. But I do know that The Iraq War seems to be a big mistake. I think we can all agree on that now. That was a fuck up and a half. And I don't want to see any repeats of that. I would just... There's no point. Like, the economy's fine. Why are you gonna fuck it up with a war? Like, why? There's no need for that whatsoever. Well, we see that over the weekend, Trump took out some dude. I'd never heard of this dude before, but I guess he's a big name. He's a terrorist from Iran, general over there, and they're all sad about it, which quite frankly makes me happy because I could give a shit less about Iran, like, whatsoever. They're a country that, like, oppresses women and, gay people, and, I'm a very progressive, open-minded guy, so I don't really care for people like that. So I could give a shit less if this douchebag gets killed. And quite frankly, if they say he's a bad dude, he's a bad dude. They took him out. None of our people died doing it. Problem solved. I mean, that should just be American foreign policy from now on. Like, we should just have freaking drones. Like, that was the Obama policy, right? Just getting drones. We don't even have to fly this shit. We just remote control it. And just freaking kill everyone. Just bomb all the bad people. Why should Americans die? Just bomb all the bad people. We have the capabilities to do this. They don't. You don't like it? Tough shit. That's what we do. America. Fuck off if you don't like it. Right? These countries should be kissing our ass to be friends with us. That's how it should work. Instead of, like, pissing us off. Right? If you're the biggest kid on the block, everyone should be kissing your ass. So the fact that these countries... I'm offended that nobody kisses our ass. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. Because that's the way it should work in the wild, right? If you are the toughest animal out there, everyone's going to want... I would want to be friends with the toughest country in the world, personally. I wouldn't want to antagonize them. I don't know why these people want to antagonize us. Like, dude, we got nukes and shit. Like, we're going to fuck you up. Like, I don't want to do that. But we don't even have to have anyone die. We just go in there and bomb the shit out of you. So we do that. We take them out. And I'm like, I thought this was one thing we could all agree on. But of course it's not, I guess, because everybody says this is going to start World War III and doom and gloom and blah, 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 blah. And, the media is doing the best to point out that this guy is like some really sad thing. This guy's like a general, well-respected, all this shit, whatever. Well, then I see this and I'm like, oh, well, maybe they were right. 20 dead Americans? That's not good. That's not good. Oh, yeah, by the way, I'm going to change. There is no echo because I have the wrong mic on. I'm going to go put on the microphone. Thank you for reminding me that. The superior one. I love the way this sounds. And how's that, Turtle Riders? NPR Turtle checking in. Anyway, yeah, like Pisky says there, it's complicated beyond comprehension. None of us really know what the fuck we're talking about. Like, let's be honest. I taught history. I have a master's in it. I know the basics. But I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. What do I know? What do you know? No, who knows anything about this, right? I mean, who cares? All I know is they voted us out of their country the other day, Iraq did. Because, by the way, this attack happened in Iraq. Like, why is this dude from this country in this country? Obviously, he's over there starting some shit, right? Like, what's his problem? So, we killed him in Iraq, and then Iraq votes this country that we created out of thin air, basically. We rebuilt the whole thing. They vote us out. Problem solved as far as I'm concerned. Good. Get the fuck out of there. Who gives a shit about this country? So they attack us back, and it's like, oh, no, 20 people killed. That's really sad. And the sad part about this is that they, like, seem to, like, so many people that don't like Trump seem to genuinely enjoy this. They're like, yes, now another reason to hate Donald Trump. He got 20 people killed. He's a madman. It's all over Twitter right now. Right? 20 people dead. He's leading us into war, all this shit. So here's the problem with this. Nobody fucking died. Like, nobody. There was no Americans that were killed in this thing. They fucked up because they're Iran and they're stupid, I would assume. And so you got this guy over here, Mark Hughes with the blue check mark, saying, some reports say only 6 missiles confirmed. It goes on and on and on. And he comes down here once he realizes this is fake news. And he says, I tweeted this after multiple mainstream media outlets tweeted about it, including saying 30 missiles had landed. Strikes were continuing, and reports of casualties, including fatalities. 2 of the tweets I reacted to appear to have been deleted. So this moron claims he saw, quote-unquote, mainstream media outlets report that 20 Americans are dead, which is, let's be honest, very highly likely that probably happened.
right? Even though he doesn't say which ones it were. I mean, I totally believe that. MSNBC would put that. These people want the worst news possible. That's what they want. So they can say Orange Man bad. That's what it is. So he puts this out, right? And he's like blaming it on them. It's like, but you didn't verify. You just saw a headline that you liked, 20 dead Americans, and you're like, I'm going to fucking retweet it. And then you're like, well, they took theirs down. Then, bitch, why is yours still up? Why am I still seeing it there? And he goes on and on. Many outlets report that their sources say no deaths occurred. There are contradicting claims about casualties. No, there's just you and the truth. That's all there is. Number of blah, blah, blah. And look at the reaction to us. Like, everybody's just like, oh, my God, we're going to die. We are beyond the precipice of war thanks to Trump. The U.S. started this war by murdering Iran's second most important government official. The blood is on the hands of the Trump administration. Oh, for fuck's sake. Nobody died. Nobody. And this motherfucker keeps doubling down, right? The fucking news reporters all over Twitter shared the info, including Washington Post, Voice of America. Who told you it's a hoax? Oh, shut up. He goes on to say, he just goes on and on. It's like, dude, just delete your tweet, blue check mark. Then you got this dude over here. He goes by Brooklyn Dad Defiant. He's got 300,000 something followers. 300,000 followers. It's a lot. And he says, so far, 20 U.S. soldiers have been reported killed by, by whatever, all these missiles and blah, blah, blah. I am shaking with rage at the senseless loss of life caused by a draft-dodging criminal trying to avoid justice. Remove that asshole! No! Oh, my fucking God. The bubble that these people live in, it's just not reality. They really want soldiers to die so they can be outraged about something. This is what they do with everything. They did it with the Covington kids. And by the way, did you see the Covington kids today? CNN settled with him. We don't know how much he was suing them for $275 million. They settled, which means they didn't want to take their chances. I've been sued by a lot of people for libel. I've never settled with anyone. Now, maybe their insurance company told them to. I don't know, but they did settle. They did. And it's kind of an admittance that this kid had a good argument, that they defamed him. And that's what actual defamation looks like, making up lies that you know are lies and then hurting people in the process, right? Private citizens, like 16-year-old kids named Nicholas Salmon. And so he's rich now. Good for him. And that kid deserves every single penny that's going to come his way. I hope he I would burn it. Have like a CNN party as soon as you get to college. You know, hookers and strippers for everyone. On CNN. This one's on Anderson Cooper. Thank you very much. These people never learn. And you see it in a bigger context here, but you've seen it in a smaller context with Napa, right? In that story I've been doing with Kylie Kirkpatrick. And I have a poll question I want to ask you guys in a moment about that. But with that whole Kylie Kirkpatrick story, I mean, that is a local newspaper that intentionally did not cover that story because they didn't like the headline. Now, they claim they tried to contact me, and that was not true. Nobody called me or emailed me. So I called Sean Scully, the author of the hit piece from Friday, and I spoke with him today on the phone. I finally reached him. He insists that it went to my spam or something like that, the emails, whatever. And I told him, I'm like, look, here's the deal. He's like, well, we don't know that the GoFundMe money paid for that Ryan Coyote's paying off the school lunch. We don't know that. I'm like, okay, that's fair. It's fair. I never actually saw the $100 from the GoFundMe go. That's true. We don't know if it was from his allowance or not. However, if it didn't go, if it was his allowance, then where's that $100? Where'd that go? She says it went to a family in need. Who's the family? Who's the family? And you know what he said to me? He said, it's just $100. That's what he said. It's $100. Not, as in, that's not a story. Somebody defrauding people for $100 and then using that fraud to then go ahead and become a national figure for this movement, whatever. And he said that he is going to, he'll report on it if she gets arrested or whatever. Let's be clear. Kylie Kirkpatrick has committed crimes here, right? She has defrauded everybody who donated to her. All these people sending in checks, they were all lied to about because this kid didn't have an allowance. This kid's never had a chore in his life. He is, and I haven't even gotten to what a terror this child is yet. This child is not the nice kid he's being portrayed to be. This child has been kicked out of multiple sports leagues for calling coaches and I believe even referees the N-word. The mother has been kicked out of, the mother coaches basketball. She's been kicked out of leagues. Like, these are like the two. I mean, I feel bad for the kid because let's suppose his mother, excuse me, let's suppose Kylie goes to jail for this, right? Well, then what's going to happen to the kid? Then what? Then he gets put into the foster system? That's not a win for anyone, you know? Nobody wins when your kid goes to the foster system because this woman has burnt so many bridges with her family. It's like, can Ryan even go back to them? I mean, maybe. But I feel bad for the kid because it's literally, his life is just him and his mother. That's it. He's got no friends because, you know, he moves from school to school. And his life has been ruined by this lunatic. I mean, to him, it seems great now. Just read the script, get free shit. Life is good. You know, you get everything in the world. Professional athletes love you. Politicians kiss your ass. All this stuff. So it really is an unfortunate situation for this kid. So here's my question, my poll question of the day. We got a couple more Kylie installations coming up. And I was thinking today, what is your favorite Turtle Boy investigative series of all time? Because we've done 5 big ones, right? Let me review them. Tell me which one. I know 6 of them. We had 6, if I recall. We had this one. We had Kylie Kirkpatrick, Landon Steele, Hadassah Rose, Candy Dennis, the dance instructor lady from Beverly. We had Greg Bates, and we had the Per Cat Cafe. Those are like our 6 really multi-part stories where we did. Yes, we've covered the state police and other things, but like that wasn't an organized boom, 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 you know, X-part series. What's your favorite one of them all? We have Greg Bates. We have an answer. What else we got? Hadassah Rose. I mean, Josh Abrams wasn't a multi-part series. Josh Abrams just, whenever he put out a stupid video, we'd write about it, you know? It's a little different. I'm talking about like these Greg Bates stories, the Hadassah Rose stories, the Kylie Kirkpatrick stories. These are like stories where we had so much information coming at us at one time, we had to separate them into 7 parts. So what are people saying? No, the state police doesn't count because that was one story. I did one story on that, and that broke the internet. And then a few months later, Leah Genduso happened. So it wasn't really like, you know, a series. Failure Swift is not a series, although she's very entertaining. Oh, no, I did like 2 or 3 on her, right? I'm talking about the big ones. The big ones. Those are the big ones I just listed right there. Let's see. Landon Steele, we got to vote for. Greg Cafe. Franklin Baxley was not I don't think he was a multi-part series, was he? I mean, Franklin Baxley was like maybe a 2-parter. I'm talking like the 6, 7-part ones. Those are the really big ones where we just find these psychopaths, right? All of them are psychopaths, and we just dedicate entire blogs to just blowing up their world. And sometimes they're effective, and sometimes they're not, right? Like, for instance, Candy Dennis was the most effective one we did because within like an hour of us exposing her, she shut down her dance studio or fraudulent dance studio and moved to North Carolina or something. Greg Bates was not a success. We exposed the shit out of him, but he's still doing business. He's still got his cult going up there in North Shore Eats. All right. Definitely Landon Steele was a success. Hadassah Rose, the jury's still out. It'll be a success when her freaking Gypsy House shuts down. Let's see. Kylie Kirkpatrick is the one that hits her the hardest, she says. Hadassah Rose. Hadassah, Landon Steele, Kylie. Genduso's not a multi-part series. It's got to be one of those I just listed. Thank you, Suzanne. She says, for Kylie. Appreciate that. The Mods. Mod wasn't a multi-part series either. Mod's another one that it was just like, well, here's Mod again. Mod's doing something stupid again. It was like these people just keep giving us. Mod is one of those people that just kept giving us periodically new things to write about. A little different. My favorite one, it's tough, man. I like this new one. I like the Kylie Kirkpatrick story a lot. I find this one the most interesting because unlike the others, this has had the most national impact because it's like gotten bills passed and she's been the most effective scam artist of them all, I would say. Greg Bates what a scam he had going up there. Whew, he had a good one going. Candy Dennis, she kind of just dealt with the dancing community. Hadassah Rose, unless you were a homeless woman, you wouldn't be affected by her, but, it's still good to stand up for homeless women. And Landon Steele was a good one, too. So it's a tough one, man. It's a tough one. Oh, Lorraine. Wait, was Lorraine a multi-part one? I think she was, wasn't she? Or, no, she was. Did we do it like part 1, part 2, part 3 with Lorena? Because that was a crazy one, too. That's a good point. I forgot about her. Anyway, so I'm glad you guys like those. These are like my favorite blogs in the world to write, even though they take up the Kylie will not be tomorrow. Hopefully it'll be Thursday. Tomorrow I have court in Woburn. I'm going to Woburn for court tomorrow. Again, when don't I have court? I will be in Superior Court tomorrow for the Dan Astle case. You guys remember that douchebag, Dan Astle? Dan Astle was the guy who Manch wrote about like a year and a half ago. And then she's gone, and this douchebag decides to threaten to kill me. So he was arraigned, and he'll be charged with the crime or whatever. And yeah, tomorrow he wants to go to trial with this. So I'm going to court tomorrow. The ADA in Middlesex County has told me that I'm going to be taking a stand tomorrow, which is going to be fun. I haven't taken a stand in a long time. So that should be a fun day in court tomorrow. I get to go there and testify under oath about this guy who threatened to kill me. So welcome to my life. It's interesting. Yeah, he's the Fall River guy. That's correct. He's the Fall River one. So another story I'm going to be blogging about shortly. I want to show you guys this because I like to give you guys a heads up on the content that we're doing. So there are these douchebags. Is this the right one? Yeah. I don't even know where they are. I think he lives in Rhode Island or the South Shore somewhere. His name is something Wagner. What the hell is this douchebag's name? I got to read up on this a little more. Justin Wagner from Raynham. They're from Raynham. These guys have been all. Do you guys know this story? We've been tagged in this story for so long. Court tomorrow, North Shore, is at 9 p.m. It's my first trip to Woburn, Superior. I've seen so many courthouses in this state. I like to. It's like I look forward to seeing new courthouses. How sad is that? Oh, I've never been to this one. I've been to Brookline. I've been to Brighton. I've spent many in Worcester, obviously. I've been to Leominster. I've been to Fitchburg. I've been to Dudley. I've been to Uxbridge. I've been to Palmer. I've been to Springfield. I feel like I'm missing a couple courts in there, too. Oh, I've been to Clinton, of course. I think there's one in Ayer. I've been to Ayer. I've been to a lot of courts. But this is my inaugural trip to Woburn. I'll be popping my cherry in Middlesex Superior. It's going to be interesting for sure. So yeah. All right. So have I ever had jury duty? Getting a little off topic, but yes, I have years ago, and I didn't get picked. I think I've told this story before. There was a rape trial, and I didn't. Back then, I was told you don't want to be on a jury because, first of all, this trial was going to take days. They said, no, thank you. And it was African immigrant dude and a 16-year-old girl from Milford. And he had sex. She woke up after partying with him one day, and he had sex with her. It was one of those things. Or maybe he was on top of her. And I didn't want to do the trial because I'm like, this is going to take so fucking long. My thing was like, get out of there. And I remember being told, like, if you say you're racist, they'll let you go. So everybody knows that trick, right? The old say you're racist to get out of jury duty. So I'm in there, and there's like 80 of us, and they take the first 6 or whatever, they throw them up there, and if the lawyers doesn't like you, they kick you out. So it never came to me. I jury number 72 or something, and it's like, raise your hand, jury pool, if you have a preconceived opinion about the victim or the defendant, in that he is an adult male who is procuring alcohol for minors, or do you have a preconceived opinion about her in that she is a 16-year-old girl who hangs around with adult African immigrants and drinks alcohol? And I'm looking around the room, and I'm like, come on now. Who's going to be the first one? Someone's got to do it. We're all thinking it. Like, who doesn't have a preconceived opinion about that, right? If you told me that, of course, everybody's got a preconceived opinion about that. I didn't give a shit. I was the guy. I slowly put my placard up, and then immediately 40 people put their freaking placard up. We all get dismissed. So that was my one trip to jury duty. The good part about being Uncle Turtle Boy is that you can never be on a jury again. Like, no defense attorney, especially, would ever allow me on their client's jury. It would be like malpractice to allow that. Everybody in the courthouse, in every courthouse in the state, knows what Turtle Boy is. It would never happen. So people have gotten out of jury duty for admitting to reading Turtle Boy. So give it a try. Anyway, so these douchebag, this guy. This is 3 years ago. Justin Wagner went to Kent County District Court in Warwick. Before he arrived, the judge declared him a no-show, but then he showed up. He was pled guilty to 14 counts of importing dogs without a certificate and 1 count of running a pet shop without a license. They said Wagner was illegally importing dogs from Pennsylvania, running an illegal dog operation. Police said Wagner brought 7 Labrador retrievers to the meetup location, offering each one for $600. Officers placed him under arrest and seized the dogs, saying he did not have proper paperwork. According to the DEM, the dogs were dehydrated and infested with worms. Eyewitness News has learned that all of the dogs are doing better and are responding to treatment. So this is what this guy does. He breeds dogs. Another time, in another situation, in 2015, in Barnstable, he and another man left a puppy in a pickup truck for 10 hours while it was 80 degrees out, and he went and got wasted. And they found in the back seat, or in the bed of the truck, they found that is where the puppies were actually being bred, was in the truck. Fucking crazy, right? So this guy, Justin Wagner, is like, everybody searches for this dude. Well, guess what? Let's find some pictures of him. There he is right there. Let's see. Anyway, he started selling dogs again, basically. He started another dog company called Beauty in the Beast, which is interesting. Not Beauty and the Beast, Beauty Inside the Beast. Canine Services. And people immediately recognize him because he's like infamous for being a dog abuser. Don't fuck with dog people. They'll stalk your life. Just understand that. And he's got a new girlfriend named Destiny, who is selling these dogs and breeding them. He says, this beautiful litter was bred with the purpose of producing handsome, old-style German Shepherds who will be both excellent family companions and reliable guard dogs. And this is his fiance. All the stuff about their potential, the way they were bred and all the stuff. And here he is sharing it. This guy abuses dogs, and he's still selling them. And this is the new slam pig he's with. And, yeah, there he is. Look at this, dude. And look at all these companies he's created. Erlingbusch German Shepherds, right? He's got all these aliases, John Campos, John Elroy. These are all drunk with the dogs. We're going to get into some of this shit. Anyway, I contacted this woman because she has on her thing, right? People are like, this is Beauty and the Beast Canine Services, that they have these dogs on here. First of all, you're not allowed to sell dogs on Facebook, but there she is. There she is. And she says, no answer. when asked the price. So this woman asked the price, and she says, "Sorry, I'm not on Facebook enough to respond to comments. Please contact me via phone." Okay, that's interesting. So I'm like, I'll call her. I texted her. So I texted this woman, and let's see what she says to me. I'm going to call her in a minute too. It says, let me find what she said here. Okay, so she says to me, "Hello, good evening, and Happy New Year. I still have 5 beautiful females and 1 male available and waiting for their forever homes." She spells forever, F-U-R, forever. They are all very well with kids as they are constantly around my 1-year-old. That's great. They're up to date on their vaccines and dewormer and are ready to go home with their forever families. So it's spelled the same way she actually thinks that's how. Full of Schutzhand and level 3 champions, as well as backgrounds in military and search and rescue work in Germany. Bullshit. You bred these dogs in your backyard and you know it. I'll be happy to attach pictures of both mom and dad along with their pedigrees to this email. So this is a copy and paste thing you automatically get when you text this woman. We are doing a lot of training with our pups. We've amped up their food motivation by using their meals and blah, 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 blah. The females are 900 and the males are 1,000. Mystic and Jasper are not available, but the others are ready for their homes. I look forward to hearing from you. They'll deliver. They said, we understand we may be an hour or more away from you, but we don't mind delivering. We can bring all the pups, and you can pick out your new fur baby. If that makes your life easier, just let us know, and your puppy will be on the way. Thank you. So I said, are these dogs healthy? And she says, extremely. Going to be big, strong dogs, have all their shots and vet papers, dewormings, and exams all done, and they come from a long line of competitors. So what do you guys think? Should I call her, or is that a stupid question? What do we say? Should we call her, see what she's up to? Because this woman's selling, these people have a long and documented history of animal abuse and selling sick dogs. Let's call her. Never understand which side. Where's the sound come out of? The bottom or the top? I think it's the top.
I'm sorry, the person you are trying to reach has a voicemail box that has not been set up yet.
Oh,
Please try your call again later.
Okay.
Bye.
Oh, so she's not answering. Okay. Well, good to know. So that's pretty shady. That's another story we have upcoming. And because these people really piss me off, these serial dog breeders. So we got more on that coming up. That's a little preview of what we got happening. So bottom line is there's no war with Iran. That's good news. Fake news is still out there. That's bad news. Kylie Kirkpatrick hopefully is going down soon. Kirkpatrick, rather. That's good news. And that's it. Oh, tomorrow I get to go to court and put a bad guy away. That's good and bad news because I get to put a bad guy away and it takes up my time. So that's bad news. All right. So we will see you guys all on Thursday. Just a reminder about our other sponsor, Garage Doors Plus in Quincy, guys. You know them. You love them. They've been around forever. Since the beginning of time, they've been putting garage doors in. They have a great reputation. If you have one of those old rickety garage doors and you need to upgrade to a new system, an electronic system, get with the times. Give my buddy Chris a call. Chris Riggs. He's been on the live show before. Great guy. Fighting Irishman. You'll get a nice little clicker. You'll press it. Boom, garage door goes up. Boom, garage door goes down. That's Garage Doors Plus in Quincy. And that's that. Oh yeah. Any questions you guys have? I'll answer any questions as well. We can do a little question situation. Somebody says, any Jerry podcast coming up? Yes, I'll be on the Callahan show. I'll be with Jerry on Thursday morning. So I'll be doing Thursday with him. I don't know if Schilling's supposed to be there that day. I never met Kurt Schilling. That'd be kind of cool. But I'll be there for sure on Thursday morning for the next podcast. Kirk was on today. It was a really, really good podcast. Kirk had it. And I listened to the Minahan podcast today as well. He had Tucker Carlson on. It was fantastic. Tucker Carlson's a man. I love Tucker Carlson. Thank you, Johnny. Any other questions you guys have? How can I get in touch with Bristol? Just message the page. And she has access to the Turtle Boy Facebook page. Definitely. Any other questions you guys have? Do you consider Mosaic an investigative piece? Yes, I do. I do. But I'm talking about like those, like Mosaic was another one that took months. And whenever something new came up, we wrote about it. I'm talking about like these Greg Bates ones where I just stockpile information, like so much information that it comes out with a new installment like every day. Like those are the ones I'm talking about. The Greg Bates ones. What are the next court dates and where? We'll be in Woburn tomorrow. Let's see. Yeah, no flat earthing. No, we're good with that. Any other questions, guys? Yeah, the Mosaic ones, I love taking them down because I hated them so much. I freaking just hated those people. Such assholes. All right, so on that note, guys, we're going to call it a night then, and we will see you all on Thursday night. Peace, Totaratus.